Jack discovered something amazing. Whenever he ate a special fruit, he gained powerful abilities. In his world, there were skill fruits, magical fruits that gave people unique powers when eaten, but there was one strict rule. No one could eat more than one. If someone ate a second skill fruit, they would die instantly. However, Jack was different. He had a hidden ability that let him eat as many skill fruits as he wanted without any side effects. But at first, Jack didn't know about this special gift. The only ability he awakened was Fruitmaster, which just made fruits ripen faster. It seemed useless for fighting. Meanwhile, his childhood friend Raina awakened an extremely rare skill called Sword Saint. In just 3 months, she became one of the strongest adventurers in the land. She and Jack had always dreamed of becoming adventurers together, but since Jack's skill seemed weak, he felt unworthy to join her. Since no one could eat a second skill fruit and survive, he believed he had no chance of ever improving. Raina didn't want to leave Jack behind. She even offered to give up being a Sword Saint and start a fruit farm with him. But the kingdom's Saintess stopped her, saying Raina's power was too important. The Saintess took Raina away, forcing her to continue her path as a warrior. Jack tried to train hard to make up for his lack of power, but no matter how much effort he put in, it didn't seem to matter. 3 months passed, and he accepted his ordinary life. Then, something unexpected happened. One day, his friend Ella accidentally mixed a skill fruit into his food. Jack immediately felt a burning sensation through his body and panicked. He remembered the rule. A second skill fruit meant certain death, but nothing happened. Instead, he felt the same awakening sensation as before. At the same time, miles away, the Saintess sensed a strange energy she had never felt before. Meanwhile, Ella, who had just awakened the appraisal skill, instinctively used it on Jack. The truth was revealed. Jack's Fruitmaster ability made him completely immune to the deadly effects of skill fruits. That's why he didn't die after eating a second fruit. But that wasn't all. Ella's appraisal skill showed that Jack had gained a new ability, Sword God. This power made him an incredibly skilled swordsman and gave him strong magic resistance. Overjoyed, Jack rushed outside to test his newfound strength. The next day, Jack heads into town, eager to join the Adventurers Guild and finally make his dream a reality. As soon as he steps inside, his eyes lock onto the bounty board. Completing just one quest could fund better gear and a feast. But more than money, he's here to test his sword god skill in real combat. Leaving Isla on a bench, he approaches the front desk. Meanwhile, Isla entertains herself by using her appraisal skill on the adventurers around her, marveling at the variety of abilities. Some impressive, others questionably bad. One poor guy has a self-damaging skill. Before she can reflect on that tragedy, a commotion at the desk draws her attention. Jack is mid-argument with a rude adventurer. The man mocks Jack, recognizing him as the nut vendor from the market, insisting he doesn't belong here. Unbothered, Jack turns to Isla, saying they should just leave. That level of disrespect, however, is too much for the guy to handle. His natural response? Attempt murder. He swings his sword at Jack, but thanks to his enhanced reflexes, Jack easily blocks it. Realizing he won't win, the man's friends urge him to back off. Playing it off as a joke, the adventurer leaves, and Jack secures their first quest. Out in the rocky plains, Jack is thrilled at the prospect of his first monster battle. He warns Isla to stay close, then spots their target, a slime. Attempting a stealthy approach fails, so he switches to a full frontal attack, slicing the creature in half with enough force to split the ground beneath it. But he realizes he'll need to control his strength better to avoid unnecessary destruction. Isla congratulates him, though she hesitates to dissect the remains. Before they can celebrate, distant screams catch their attention. Rushing over, they find Jean and his party under attack by a massive ogre. Their plan was to hunt a single slime, not face a boss-level monster. Seeing Jack, Jean hatches an escape plan, runs straight past him and let him handle it. The ogre takes the bait, and Jack has no choice but to fight. Dodging a massive swing, Jack recalls Isla's warning. His skill enhances offense, not defense. One hit could be fatal. But if he wants to be the world's strongest adventurer, he can't afford fear. Fully adjusted to his newfound strength, he leaps, shattering the ogre's weapon before delivering a decisive strike, cleaving it in two. Back at the guild, Jack presents proof of his victory, though the receptionist doubts him. Jean's group, eager to stay on his good side, quickly vouches for him. Just as Jack awaits his reward, a sudden buzz fills the guild. An S-rank party has returned. To his shock, it's Lena, his first time seeing her in 3 months. Overjoyed, he rushes to greet her, only for Lena to coldly claim she doesn't know him. Stunned, Jack watches in disbelief as she walks away. Isla, clueless about his turmoil, suggests pizza to lift his spirits. Though heartbroken, Jack refuses to let his expensive meal go to waste, only to eat too fast and choke. A helpful stranger hands him water, and as he looks up to thank them, he finds himself face to face with Lena. Before he can react, she silences him, whispering that Grouse, the leader of her party, mustn't see them talking. She sits down, meeting Isla properly, but immediately questions how Jack ended up with a child in just 3 months. Before she gets an answer, Jack proudly announces he's now an adventurer and recounts the skill fruit incident. Lena seems happy for him but quickly warns him to stay away from Sacred. Despite their reputation, they're more toxic than a Call of Duty lobby. She recalls an incident where they fought a giant serpent. Grouse ordered the mage to use fire magic, which ended up torching a nearby farm. When Lena tried to intervene, Grouse dismissed it. Collateral damage didn't matter. Even the Holy Sister showed zero concern. It's clear, Sacred isn't the noble, elite group people believe them to be. The Holy Sister prioritizes reputation over lives, disregarding destruction and casualties as long as Sacred is hailed as heroic. Lena hides her dissatisfaction, but Jack senses her distress and invites her to join him and Isla. Though tempted, Lena refuses, bound by circumstances she won't disclose. Jack notices her tears but respects her silence. Later, he collects his 10,000 gold reward for slaying the ogre, but his mind is occupied with concern for Lena. Will Jack pull it off and save Lena from Sacred? Only one way to find out. Go watch the full series. Name is in the description and comment box. And hey, we have got a goal to hit. Reach 100k subs on Anisaga 10 before December 31st. So, like, comment, subscribe, and let's make it happen. You're part of this now. See you next time.